Good morning, my dear Flosstube friends. What day is it? We know what day it is. It is June 1st, 10:31, 76 degrees here in Maryland. June 1st. That means it is my last day of Stitch Mania. Guys, I have enjoyed this thoroughly. I really have. Yeah, I've loved my projects for the most part. You all know the one I didn't particularly enjoy, but hey, 1 out of 32, 33, I'll take it. I've had a wonderful time. I've had a wonderful time chatting with you. I'm so glad you guys have enjoyed this. There's so many of you who have said that you're going to miss me, and that just tickles me to no end. So let me put aside my current one and talk about yesterday a bit. Yesterday was Pretty Little India. And I had told you my plan was to work down the center till I could get to the bottom so I could cut off all that extra fabric. And I got that. This is the bottom of the pattern. Oh, such pretty colors. I worked basically one strand of each of the colors coming down here, each of the sections. I didn't fill in this part here because I had this border to go by. So I worked one strand of everything just to give myself a basis to go by. The colors are just scrumptious. This is going to be so much fun. And I think, relatively speaking, because you know how that goes, it's going to be a fairly quick stitch. Fairly quick being, a couple of weeks. If I worked on only this. I won't be working on only this, needless to say. But because it is like nice blocks of color, it does go fairly quickly. And it's going to be a fun one. This is another one that I'm going to love every stitch. So, really happy with my progress on that yesterday. So today, I'm coming to you a little later. It's 10:30 because I changed my mind on this. Not changed my mind on doing it, I'm still doing it, but I started it. This is a 32 count linen. I started it 2 over 2, and you know how I am about going over 2. On this size linen, I needed to use 2 strands, and of course, going over 2, the X's, this is a 32 count, the X's are so big. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't know whether it's just, it's not what I'm used to, or, I don't know, it just looks chunky to me, and I don't really like that chunky look as much. So, I had only gotten a few stitches in. I tried a few with 1 over 1 and decided I'm going to go for it. So this is going to be 1 over 1. The finished size is going to be, let's see, 2 7/8 by 4 1/2. So it's just going to be a tiny, tiny little thing like that wide. Yeah, almost 3 inches, so probably more like that by that. I mean, it's going to be little. It's going to be so cute. So what this also means is, I tried to work out to get these on each side. This is 144 stitches. 3 of these down the side is still only like maybe 100. 120, something like that. So I'd have a lot of gaps to fill in, and I just didn't. It probably wouldn't look good. I didn't feel like messing with it. So I'm going to do this. This is going to be so small, and I'm going to do these over 1. So these are just going to be tiny. I don't know whether I'll do it as 1 piece over 1. That's undecided, or just individual ones over 1. If I do individual ones, holy cow! I think they're 81 by 81 or something like that. No, that's more than that. I don't know. They're probably only like, it's 36. Actually, it's 36 down, so it's probably only like 15 or 20 across, if that. No, it's probably about 20, 25, something like that. Anyways, they're just going to be little tiny guys. So I think that'd be adorable in a bowl if I can work that out as a set. And each month is oh my God. my mind just exploded. So anyways, yeah. 1/1, people. How is that for a crazy way to end a crazy month of Stitch Mania? I am in love. We'll see. I think it's going to be adorable though. And it just suits me. And you know something I was thinking, I know 1/1 people are thinking, how do you see it? This fabric, see how big those holes are? It makes 1/1 so easy. And I figure I might as well do it while my eyesight is good, right? If that's what I like. Do as many of them as I can this way. And just enjoy the process. And that's what I'm doing. So speaking of enjoying the process, it's June 1st. That means my allowance is kicked in. Of course, well, not most, but a good chunk of my allowance was already spent before today. So that means I will only be getting part of my allowance put into my PayPal account. And the sad thing is I don't even remember what I bought. I'm sure it's piled up on this desk here somewhere. I know one of the things was a Bitsy Bob from Kelly. And I actually bought another one of those this morning. I will be reviewing those on my update next week. Yeah, what else did I get? Oh, the Eliza Bell Cox payment came due. That's right, because she got that finished up and ready to mail, so I had to pay for that. So that was a chunk of that I had already spent before June even got here. Then, because this is what you do, hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4. I went to 123 Stitch last night and put in an order. It started with, I'm out of my little thread tucks bags, and I need to put all of the thread from Eliza Bell Cox in it, as well as some other, let's see, some more of the Victorian motto. I think I'm missing bags for some of those. So anyways, I need more bags. And of course, how can I go and just order bags? That would be really silly. So let's see. A piece of fabric jumped in my cart. And I think 3 other patterns. They may or may not be here by the time I do my update next week, so we shall see. The other thing I got this morning when I was on Etsy getting my Bitsy Bob. Speaking of Bitsy Bobs, if you've heard of them, I noticed that Kelly put in her shop that she does an update every Friday at 3 p.m. Central Time. So if you're interested in grabbing one, I got the next to last one in her shop right now. That was as of like 7:30 this morning. Yes, I got up and I shopped. Isn't that what we do? But anyway, so she updates her shop, and the note at the top of her shop said that, you know, she has a bunch of new Bitsy Bobs to put up. So if you're interested in getting one of those, try and be in her shop at 3 p.m. Central today. I think it's a great idea, but like I said, I will, whoops, that's over one too far, but like I said, I will review those next week. But anyways, the other thing I got this morning on Etsy at 7:30 in the morning is I signed up for the 3-month club of Fabric of the Month with XG Designs. You all know I love her fabric. I have been thinking for a while that I would like to build up my fabric stash a little bit. So I'm going to do 3 months with her and then see how I feel after that, if I want to continue or not. I just got the 13 by 19, I believe that's the right size, size of fabric. Hold on, skip 2. So that's another thing. I don't know whether 13 by 19 is a good size for me. The other size is, what, 15 by 27, 19 by 27, whatever it is. Of course, that's a lot more, both price-wise and quantity-wise, of course. So anyways, I got the 13 by 19 just to kind of give it a try for 3 months to see if that size is something that I want to stock, or if I really do want to have the bigger size. So we shall see. So yeah, that was most of my allowance for the month gone before the month even started. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I started looking at the recommended for you stuff on Etsy, and there were a bunch of other charts, a lot of the hands-on designs, the ones by the sea, the beachy ones. I have a whale. I have an awful time saying that because I know it's not well, but I think I overemphasize whale. But anyway, I don't want all of them, but I do want a selection of them. And I almost bought those too, and I was like, Jan, just stop, because right now you have how many things started that who knows when you're going to get finished. Just, the big fear is that things are going to go out of print. And I know Blackbird Designs and Prairie School are the two that, we kind of fear the most going out of print. I don't know whether Hands-On Design, if she puts things out of print as often. I guess I don't really understand why designers put things out of print anyway, because they're all just sitting on their computers as PDFs. They can print them out at any time. I can see the older ones, that don't have as much traction anymore. But heck, there's so many new people coming in all the time. There's especially if you're just doing an Etsy shop. Of course, I believe that all designers, since they probably do have all the designs as PDFs, that they should offer them as PDFs as well for sale. I would buy them if they were PDFs. But anyway, that's a different discussion. So let's see, what else have I been doing? So yesterday I spent most of my day on my butt here in front of the computer, getting my photos out of iPhoto and saved off onto Prime Photos, Amazon Prime Photos. I've been thinking about doing this for a while, and having things in iPhoto, as much as I love Apple products, and I am an Apple girl, having things in iPhoto has always been a pain in the butt, because it is hard to get them out of there. I mean, you literally have to export them out into a folder on your system to get them into anywhere, whether it's, I guess you can drag and drop into the icon on Photoshop, but like to get them uploaded into any type of photo book type of option. Of course, maybe that's because they have a photo book type of thing built in and they want you to use that, but too bad. So anyways, I spent a chunk of time yesterday starting to do that. I made it the whole way up to, I think I made it to 2003. The boys are like, what, 5 and 7, something like that. Yeah, I have a lot of photos. Part of my fear, so I have my photo library saved off on a terabyte drive. So I have the photos in iPhoto and I have it saved off, but so my big fear is that that drive is going to crash. It's going to become corrupted. I've already had iPhoto libraries become corrupted and not be able to get into them. So, and have had to go through a repair process for that. So I just want to get them someplace where they are easily accessible, no matter what device I'm on, and where I feel that they're safe, that I can't lose them. Now, there's nothing to say I can't lose them on Amazon, because I know everything is vulnerable these days, but I feel a little bit more secure having them on there. And I guess I should say having them on there as well, because it's not like I'm deleting them from iPhoto. They will still be there as long as I can get into the photo library. Um, so yeah, that's going to be a long process. At the same time, working on my photo books. And what I want to do, so I have a ton of digital layouts that I have never printed. So I want to get those printed out. I'll store those in iPhoto or in Amazon Photos as well. I have my travel photo books that I want to get done. And then what I plan on doing, you know, it's hard to know at this point which photos I've put into layouts and which I haven't. So for the ones that I haven't, once I get somewhat more organized, for the ones that I haven't, I'm going, whoops, I just took that right back out. I'm going to just do yearly albums. And what I'm doing, and like I'm working in Shutterfly, I'm just making real simple. I told you that yesterday, I think. Again, what did I tell you yesterday? I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting it done. That's the bottom line. Finally getting it done. So what else? Excuse me. I spent some time the other day kind of organizing some magazines. I had bought, do you know when the Gift of Stitching was going out of business on their Etsy shop, and they were selling their digital issues of their magazine for like $1.50? I bought a bunch of them. So what I did over the weekend was kind of go through all those digital issues and put into the Xstitch app the designs in those issues that I was interested in. Basically the reason I bought the issues. So I have like there was a series that they did of a Long Dog band sampler. I have all of those issues. I have a couple with a couple chatelaine designs in there. I have, there was a whole bunch of things. Oh, a couple ink circles, a couple Prairie Schoolers. I got one of the Christmas ornament issues. So all that, I just kind of cataloged in Xstitch, in the Xstitch app, so that I know. You know, so like ink circle, I would like to do an ink circle design. Well, I don't have to buy a pattern now because I have two really pretty ones from that magazine. You know, that kind of thing, just to be aware. There was a really pretty red reproduction sampler that was a 6-part series, and I only got 2 of the parts. I forget who the designer is, but I'm kind of kicking myself now that I didn't pay more attention to that. Isn't that adorable? Look at that little June. It's smaller than the first knuckle on my thumb. Oh my god, this is so cute. Love it, love it, love it. So that's in green, and the rest of the letters are in the same brown. That's 898 up there on the top. This is 3363. The pattern actually calls for 3362, but apparently I don't own 3362 yet. It's kind of amazing, so I'm just using 3363 because close enough. Right? Right. So I'm kind of sad that I'm not going to have anything to show you, like, and this is what I'll be working on tomorrow. Oh, my watch wants me to stand. Too bad. But I will talk about a little bit about what I plan on doing now that Stitch Mania is over. What I hope to do, not what I hope to do, what I will do. So as you know, Harbor Haven is a must-do on my list. So I enjoy working on that in the morning. I'm a morning person, in case you couldn't tell. So I enjoy working on that in the morning. I'm deciding what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to continue across the top. That seems like a good thing to do. And I try and work on 2 different projects every day. So in the afternoon then, what I hope to do is, why do I keep saying hope to do? I have control over this. What I'm going to do, Sorry, I'm just being weird. In the afternoons, I'll start by picking out the smaller pieces and get those done, so that hopefully I can have some Mania finishes in the not too distant future. I know there's a couple that, like Happily Ever After, should finish up fairly quickly. I'm pretty sure that Welcome Spring with the little sheep, I think that will finish up fairly quickly. So get those done, and just like start slowly working my way through, or hopefully quickly, maybe it'll be quickly, who knows, working my way through the smaller ones and get those finished, and then it'll probably just be as the spirit moves me from there on out. Because yeah, I have a lot to do. Boy, look at that slub right there. That is annoying. You know, most of the times the slubs don't really bother me, but that one is huge. I don't know whether I can pick out some of that. I try not to bother them too much, but when there's one like this that, you know, not only is huge, but is also blocking the holes. I've had some success in picking out slubs in the past, only if they're really big like this. Like I said, usually I don't bother them. But that one, it's so tightly in there because this fabric is so stiff. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to do anything with that. Yeah. I worry a bit that I'll mess up the thread, the basic thread, but it's almost like something else got stuck in there. Yeah. All right, I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to work around it. Which, working with one thread over one and then having this huge piece here is rather annoying. But at least that really big piece, I probably made it worse by picking it up like that. That's falling where there isn't going to be a stitch, so I'll be thankful for small blessings, huh? Where am I? There I am. So let's see. So after Mania, that's my plan. And then of course Christmas in July will come, and a lot of that will get set aside in July because I do want to really concentrate on Christmas. Can't even tell where my stitch is down below here. So that's the next one. That's going to be a single one. Oh, this is going to be bad. Well, it is what it is, right? We're just going to do that. And then, of course, the next one's skinny. That's okay. So anyways, I also plan on working steadily back again on the modern folk embroidery. And I don't know whether, you know, I've been thinking about maybe having a plan, like different days of the week, note down what patterns to work different days of the week, because I do want to work steadily on my modern folk embroidery one. So anyways, maybe I'll get that worked out and have some news for you at the update. So update, I hope to do a regular update either Monday or Tuesday, and I want to do a stitch with me each week as well. So I'm going to do a weekly update and a weekly stitch with me. And I think that way that'll keep my updates shorter. I kind of like having these around 30 minutes. I like the feel of these stitch with me videos being less than 30, and I'd like to keep my updates, so I think shorter. So I think doing them weekly will help with that. I'm not sure if on the next one, if I'm going to do the Stitch Mania. I said yesterday I was going to keep them separate. I don't know for my update if I'll have enough to talk about that it makes sense to keep them separate. Because really, it's not like I'm going to have any finishes over the weekend, right? I guess I might, but probably not. It's not like, certainly won't have anything fully finished. So, you know, I don't, and the whips, you know, you've all seen so much. So anyways, I'm not sure what I'm doing. I might record the update and see how long it is, like be ready to go with my Stitch Mania stuff, and record the update, see how long it is, and if it is not too long, just tag Stitch Mania on the end, or I might stop it when I'm done with the update, do a separate video of Stitch Mania, and just see how long they both are at that point. We'll see. But anyways, this one is at 26 minutes. And I don't have anything to show you for tomorrow. That's very sad. Tomorrow's Saturday. I'm not doing anything this weekend that I know of. It's supposed to be, Alberto's supposed to be dumping on us this weekend. Although it's sunny out there today, even though my watch says it's partly cloudy. Well, partly cloudy, I guess. Oh, high of 87. Yay. So anyways, probably get a lot of stitching done. But I did want to show you, so I mentioned yesterday, I keep thinking I want to continue. I do have something else that I had meant to do and keep going back and forth about whether I should do it because, and maybe I'll do this on my first regular Stitch with Me. See that? I've mentioned this and I showed this in one of my regular Flosstube videos. This is the silk gauze piece. And so I keep thinking, I don't know whether it would just be pure stupidity to try and do this on a Stitch with Me. Some of my stitches here are so uneven looking. But I think overall when you're backed up from it, it still looks okay. This is silk gauze with silk thread. This is the Marine Appleton kit, English carpet, the Heart's Content. So I'd like to work on this and get this done. So maybe on my next Stitch with Me, that's what we can look forward to. What do you think? Want me to do that? See how much of a pain it is? Maybe I'll start it and have something else as backup. That might be a good idea. Anyways, gang, it has been a joy. I have enjoyed your company. I have enjoyed our chats, our chatter, both on Instagram and here on YouTube. I hope you'll continue to join me and continue to interact with me. I really appreciate the fact that you enjoy my company and that you think what I'm saying is interesting. Of course, it's just somebody to stitch with. You're not really paying attention. I know. No, I don't mean that. I'm just thrilled with how all this has worked out. I will see you next week. You guys have an awesome weekend. Stitch, people. Sit down, relax, take it easy, and get some stitches in or get some knitting in, whatever creative outlet you need. Find the joy in it because that's really why we do this, right? It brings joy to our hearts. Have a great weekend, and I will see you Monday. Bye-bye.